Generating collection notes. Now, generating collection notes is very similar to the same principles as a delivery note. So if you're not familiar with generating delivery notes, I suggest you look at the video for that first before looking at this. So before I generate a collection note, I just want to have a look at a contract. So if we look at our contract 135 and then go to our production status, we can see this item here with the code of VO40-1 sanitizing station has already been completed and put into our storage loading area. It's basically aisle E. So if I come out of that and then generate a collection note, because it might be that a contractor is going to pick this up because they need to work on it, or somebody is picking it up, a third party on behalf of the client. So I say generate collection note. I need to say what the contract number is. Obviously it knows the contract there. I can give it a docket reference like the delivery notes if I wanted to, or I can just leave that blank. But obviously we haven't got a delivery address because we're not delivering it, it's being collected. So I need to say who's collecting it. And this is linked to your supplier and client address file. So if I just put James, it will automatically load James Electrical Contractors for me. I then say how it's going to be collected. Are they going to come and collect it in person, van, lorry? Are they sending a carrier? Again, these methods can be set by your administrator behind the scenes. And the collection reason. So is it a customer collection? Is the subcontractor going to collect it? Is the subcontractor going to collect it because they need to work on it? Again, it's a list that can be populated by your administrator. Any additional notes like the delivery note you can put, so you could put assistance to load, when the collection date is going to be, so let's say it's going to be tomorrow, and obviously the items to be collected. And this is exactly the same principle as your delivery note. So Control-A to get a new line. If it is an item that's on the contract, you can just type in the item reference. Type it in correctly, it will load it. So it loads the description, it knows what bay it's in to be collected from. I just need to say how many is required. Now, again, like the collection note, sorry, the delivery note, I can add in items from the material library. Or I could just free type any text in there. So it could be a marble top or insert of monitor. So once we've got all the items there, we can then say issue and print the note. I'll preview on screen. I just need to change the screen share. So we can see the collection note printed, and just to make it distinguished from a delivery note, the text is in a green color. Obviously it's saying it's a collection note, who's collecting it, and then we've got the QR codes for the items and an area for the signature. So I'll just change my screen share. So once that is then ready to be loaded to the contract they've collected it, I can then issue the items from dispatch. So we can see here, this is our item that's going to be collected. So using our collection sheet, I scan the sheet number and then I scan the relevant code. So if I scan the sheet, I then scan the item, it then loads that. I can then issue the items, or I can scan the collected code on the sheet. That then removes that from our loading storage dispatch areas. So now if I go and look at that contract, and then look at the production status, you can see now that it's indicated as being collected on sheet number 60. The other thing I just need to do now is to indicate that this has been taken by the contractor. So I need to go to production, delivery collection notes, list collection notes, find the relevant collection note either by the contract number or the collection note number. So if I just show every collection note for the 135, we can see it's there. So I just then need to say that the selected note has been collected. Now that's indicated as being collected. So now if I go and look at my contract, as well as seeing obviously the production status we saw earlier saying it's being collected, if I go to my document register, we can now see that we have a collection note 60, and then we can double click on that to view in more detail so we can see what was collected, who collected it. Now it might be at this point that I've got the signed collection sheet. I want to upload it from this area. I simply say upload photos or documents, locate the relevant scanned copy, import it in, and then that's there. So I could just double click on that, and then we've got a copy to say it's been collected, who collected it, and the signature. And again, like the delivery notes, we can download a copy or print a copy. So as I say, a collection note is very similar to a delivery note, but obviously it's collection and it's being collected by a particular company.